Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio, Friday, March 4th, the end of the week, final show of the week on the Pub Hub. It's Ian Cameron, Skee Profit, Dutch Boy Fresh, TROT Wham in the house, ready to break down the Friday night NBA card. It's always a big slate on tap. We got a bunch of games going tonight, 9 in the association. So let's get right to it. We've got a big card. We'll want to get through it by the top of the hour. Cleveland and Philadelphia starting us off. Philadelphia, 7-point home favorites here, 216.5 the total in this game. The Sixers, boy, it's been nice. Life with James Harden on the team has been pretty kind here to the Philadelphia 76ers. They've played some good basketball, 3-0 straight up, 3-0 against the spread since the Beard made his debut, beating up Minnesota 133-102, crushing the Knicks in back-to-back games, double-digit victories for New York in all three of those. All those games, by the way, going over the total as well. And I kind of said it on the last show that Philadelphia was certainly, from a totals perspective, a team I was looking to bet overs with once Harden joined the team. And boy, that was worked out very well so far. So definitely interested in riding that again one more time over the total. As far as the side goes, Cleveland coming in off a loss to Charlotte, 119-98. Very bad game. JB Bickerstaff, knowing that this team's kind of gone downhill a little bit, let's be honest. 1-5 straight up their last 6 games. They haven't covered a number in those games. 0-6 against the spread in those games. Bickerstaff got tossed, got ejected in that loss to Charlotte, kind of lost his cool. I think that was just to try to, stimulate some kind of life and spark from this struggling Cavaliers team. No doubt about it. They are having a tough time right now. So the question becomes, are they capable of snapping out of it tonight? Never mind snapping out of it and winning. Can they at least compete here with the Sixers getting 7.5? And look, JB Bickerstaff was pointed with his remarks. We just need more from this team. Darius Garland was livid about his team's effort against Charlotte. He was very, very public with his remarks, saying, that this team's got to be better. They're saying all the right things. They're going to bring one heck of an effort tonight. The question is it going to be enough here against the Sixers, who played the Cavaliers on this floor just recently? A few weeks ago, they won by 10, 103-93, and they didn't have Harden yet at that point. So I don't know. There's that nagging feeling in my stomach here. Cavaliers are showing up tonight. They're obviously not pleased at all with that blowout the other night against Charlotte. And I know Philly's rolling here with Harden, and it's not easy to go in front of them right now. But 2 games against the Knicks, Minnesota, there's some weaker defensive teams for sure. See if Cleveland can play better defensively. You could say Cleveland hasn't been good defensively the last 2, but I do think you're going to see better from the Cavs tonight. And I still believe that at least with Darius Garland back for this team, they're a better team with him. So I lean to the points here with Cleveland, +7, +7.5, lean to the over as well in this game. Skee, what do you think here, Cavs and 76ers?
I think the Cavaliers, I expect them to show up more than the Sixers, especially since they, lost to this team not too long ago. And the Sixers, I think they'll know, just like you said, that they already beat this team. They have a bigger game tomorrow versus the Heat, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that's the one they want to really get up for.
Yep.
If you like the Sixers, I'd probably take them first half. Other than that, I'll go with the team I expect to play effort for 48 minutes, which is Cleveland.
Yeah, and this is where we like Cleveland a lot. Getting good points. They're off an embarrassing performance. They're talking like this is a very important game for them. And for the Sixers, you can't help but think you got Miami and South Beach tomorrow night, Saturday night showdown against the number 1 team in the East, the Miami Heat. And you got to think that they're going to have one eye on that game. So I think it sets up situationally very well for Cleveland tonight in this game for sure. And by the way, how about those Miami Heat last night? No Butler, everyone's KD's back, back to back. Maybe they're tired. No problem. They take care of Brooklyn. That's the heart of that Heat team. They've got heart. They weren't happy blowing that game against Milwaukee. So shout out to the Miami Heat. Terrific job last night by that group. Shorthanded, and they showed all the heart. They have more heart in their pinky finger than the Brooklyn Nets have in the entire roster. That's all there is to it. Wham, what do you think here? Cleveland and Philly.
The pinky finger, bro. That was a good one. The Sixers, man, they played the Knicks twice, bro. Played the Minnesota Timberwolves. Yeah, the Minnesota Timberwolves beat the fucking Golden State Warriors, but Golden State Warriors they're trash. You know what I mean? They're not good right now. So you're really looking at this as being probably one of the best defensive teams, but they haven't been that defensive lately. They're ranked dead last in the opponent's 3-point percentage, allowing 41.8% for the Cavs. Maybe that changes today. The turnovers has been having a problem with their offense as well. Assist and turnover ratio for them for the most of this year was top 5. Right now, they slipped out of that for the season at 7. Pretty much dead last for the not dead last, but like in the middle of the pack over the last 5 games at 12th there. I'm thinking that this Cavs team does bounce back. I am on a 7.5 with the Cavs. I just think that the Niang prop was good for us last night. Last time, you know, it was good. They took it off the board, so they're not allowing us to bet that again. But for the most part, I think he was the best shooter. These guys can switch all positions here. It's going to be a little bit better defensive effort, I believe, from the Cavs today. So I like the Cavs +7. As far as the Sixers, I do think that is a great 1-2 punch. But again, who are their shooters, bro? So I'm not going to just bank on James Harden every night to give us that production. I think he's going to need that today. And I think Darius Garland's going to bring the heat. I like his assists to go over as well. I think the double-double is live for Darius Garland today. I think he knows how to beat this team. It's going to be him distributing the ball and attacking the rim. So that's the way I'm looking here. The Cavs, Darius Garland, double-double, and assists, probably to have 10 assists at +money. So that's the way I'm going.
All right, good stuff with Darius Garland. And you may want to load up on Garland props. I mean, the guy that was that outspoken after the game against Charlotte that, you know, we need better from this team. You got to think he's going to lead by example, show it on the court tonight against Philadelphia. Thank you, JT. Talk Sports with JT, $5 dono. We appreciate it. Salute to you as well. Dutch, what do you think here? Philly hosting Cleveland.
Yeah, man. Real quick, salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. It was Fresh Friday. Be sure to hit that motherfucking like button like I'm hitting this fresh plane, a candy cane, and get you right where you need to be. Candyland, excuse me. Look, I already got me fucked up. But yeah, man. Share the video. Retweet the motherfucking video out on Twitter. My boy Ian sent it out. Retweet it. Let's get all these motherfuckers in here. And let's continue to do what we've been doing, and that's hitting them straight over the motherfucking head. Yeah, this game, man, I disagree a little bit with my guy Skee, though. I think if you're going to bet this game, you bet Cleveland early. I think, Ian touched on it. Everybody touched on this a little bit. They talking a lot. Garland said we need to hit them in the mouth. We get hit in the mouth, and we need to switch that. They touched on it. They said a lot. So if anything, I would expect Cleveland to come out and play good first quarter, first half basketball. And then the better team overall will win this game, most likely in the Philadelphia 76ers. But the big thing here is, my man Skee did touch on it. They got Miami on deck. Tobias Harris is questionable. But Cleveland is not a team that I want to back right now. Why would I fuck up my account backing a team that is really the only game that fucking was a bad read I've had in the last week? Just the other day against the Hornets. The Hornets fucking mocked these boys. So you would expect to get the best effort, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not loading up on Cleveland. I do expect first half, first quarter maybe to be a look. Other than that, it's a wood for me.
Maybe a lean Cleveland first half. Other than that, backwood for Dutch with this game. All right, Indiana, Detroit. We got the Pacers, 3-point road favorites, 229.5 the total in this game. It'd be over for me if I were to get involved in this game. I don't want either side. I've mentioned this before about the Indiana Pacers. You are not going to see me laying points with them on the road. Now, they did get the job done as road favorites against Orlando the other night, but they needed overtime, 122-114. They did get Brogdon back for that game, but still very much banged up, in terms of who they're without, of course. Miles Turner's not coming back anytime soon. They got Rubio at the deadline, and he's out for the season, not coming back. Same with McConnell. Duarte's questionable. So a lot of concerns injury-wise for Indiana. I ain't laying points with them on the road. Still not doing it, even though they got a lucky win and cover against Orlando in overtime. But on the other side, you got Detroit back-to-back for them. I believe also the third game in 4 nights, if I'm not mistaken, for the Pistons as well. They had 3 on the road. They're back home now after a big win, 108-106, gutted it out against the Raptors. They continue to own and dominate Toronto. It's the strangest damn thing that Detroit just owns Toronto. But that's the way it's been. They won another one last night outright as dogs against them. Now they're in a tough spot, though, back-to-back. I'd maybe have a small bet on the over, but from a side, clear backwood. For me, Indiana, Detroit. Wham, what do you think here? Pacers, Pistons. There it is. Dono, $10. Kyle, our guy. Great guy. Supporting not only this channel, these shows on Pub Sports Radio, my the other stuff I do as well. Thank you very much, Kyle. Appreciate it very much. Wham, what do you think here, Indiana, Detroit?
Yeah, shout out to Cal right there, man, because I did have a mute issue right there. So he kind of saved me, my
Saved
brother.
you, yeah.
I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the dono as well.
The Dono train saved
but
you.
yeah, it's not crazy, bro. That's Dwayne Casey Super Bowl, man. He's trying to whoop their ass every time he gets, man. It's only right that happens, bro. So
Talk to him.
definitely, yeah. It's only right. He kind of circles this shit up. He's already looking the next year.
Problem is, it's the only games he wins for the Detroit Pistons. That's the problem.
pretty much. But they have been playing a little bit better offensively. I will say that. And that's probably about the best thing I'm going to say about this Detroit Pistons team. So this is going to be one of those things. I'm going to shout out the chat, Jay Peasy, my guy Bo Jackson, Sammy, THT is a RZA. You already know, same ones, but they real ones. Appreciate y'all. We're gonna back with this motherfucker like my guy Dutch would.
You know what? It took guts to fire Casey a few years ago because they were already a very good team, playoffs every single year with DeMar was still there at the time. And it took guts to actually fire him because he was like always one of the top teams. The Raptors.
Wasn't he coach of the year?
Yeah, I think so.
That wasn't guts. That was foul.
I know. They fired him. And then they bring in Nick, and I'm thinking they're going to replace him. And they didn't even go outside the organization. They basically made his assistant the new head coach, Nick Nurse. And boy, am I eating those words now. Nick Nurse has turned out to be absolutely outstanding, obviously, these last few years. And Dwayne Casey hasn't done anything yet with Detroit. Now, he doesn't have a good situation, but obviously it's been they've been vindicated, the Raptors, Masai Ujiri, for making the coaching change because they have a gem in Nick Nurse, no doubt. Dutch, what do you think here, Indiana, Detroit?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy, CT Bays, Mark, Nick, Mean Green Picks. I see you, my dude. Thanks for joining us. Once again, Kyle, much love with the Don't Know, my dude, and JT as well. MD24. Yeah, man. This game, man, fuck. The Pistons, huh? Shit, man. 6-0 ATS last 6 somehow, some way. They've been getting their money. So if you've been back in the Pistons, Cunningham, Grant, Bay, fucking Kelly Olynyk. Shit. I don't know, man. I would think that the Pacers, you would think right off the bat Pacers, but I don't know if it scares me too much in a back-to-back situation. 0-4 ATS last 4 after the win Pacers are, and a 2-6-1 last 9 meetings versus these Pistons. So I don't know, man. This is a backward for me, and I know my guy Big Show. Shout out to our guy. Put the poll up 3.5. I believe we got 8 games on here, so you already know that's a clear. We might have to consult and set the line before the show, Big Show. Because the 3.5 might be a little low, bro. A little low. But yeah, man.
We're all just you, Dutch. I got you.
Backwood number 2 on this motherfucker.
Yeah, this one's a tough. I'd take Detroit too. I hate the spot for Detroit. They've played a lot. They've been on the road. They're back home. 3rd and 4 days. Terrible spot for Detroit. But I'd still take them, I think, before Indiana. Ski, any part of this game? Do you want it?
Yeah, if you got in early on that 3.5, you looking good. I'm talking about for that backwoods number.
Backwood, yep. Backwood. Yep.
For this game, I'm rolling with Indiana. I'm not gonna let this money pass me by. Like Wham said, they Super Bowl, the game they cared about, the game they wanted to get up for was yesterday. It's not this game here. You have Cade popping up on the injury report as questionable now. All season long, you guys know, favorites for more rest than their opponent, 71.5% winners. At minus 145, which is where I got in, it's less than 60% implied probability. So you guys can add up and see where the edge is there, and that's the side I'll be rocking with. As far as anything else, y'all know where we got to go. SVJ moving. Halliburton, 28.5 points, rebounds, assists. He's hit that number, or he's cleared that number his last 9 games. I don't see how he doesn't clear it versus Detroit. They're the worst 3-point defense in the association. And, he could light it up, 42%. Get it done.
Yeah, and by the way, Cade Cunningham, game time decision, wrist injury suffered last night. So keep an eye on that if you're going to get involved, at least on the Detroit side. But yeah, Ty Halliburton, death taxes, Ty Halliburton props here on the NBA Pub Hub show. And why not? The guy has been scoring for sure. Boy, another $10 donos. You can tell it's the end of the week. It's a Friday. People are ready to get their groove on this weekend. They're throwing money away. Right there, $10.
Yeah. Also, we've been hitting them over the motherfucking head too. That don't.
That too.
That's
helped
we
as
get
well.
to it, bro.
Yeah.
That's all love.
Yeah.
It's all love.
Exactly. No, we appreciate you're not giving.
for
Believe me, you're not throwing it away when you're giving it to the Pub Sports Radio and our show and our channel. Absolutely, thank you. We appreciate it, Scott. 100%. Thanks for the dono. You can tell people are in a good mood. It's a Friday. Why not? The weekend is just about here. All right, Atlanta, Washington. We've got Atlanta 4-point road favorites, 224 the total in this game. This is a tricky one because, look, the money's come in on Atlanta. I understand they're better than Washington. There's no one's going to debate you there. But they're off a huge, very, very back and forth, high intensity, max effort type of game last night against the Chicago Bulls, 130 to 124. A high-scoring affair. They were down early in the game. They rallied back. They won it. They got 39 points from Trae Young in 37 minutes in that game. Bogdanovich had some big buckets late. He had 20 as well. DeAndre Hunter, 18. Really nice team effort. They had 6 different players in double-digit scoring for the Atlanta Hawks last night. But, with John Collins injured, their rotation was pretty much 6 guys last night. You had Dang and DeLon Wright played a little bit. Lou Williams did as well. But mostly that was a tight 6-man rotation for Atlanta last night and a very big back-and-forth game against Chicago. So now you got to go on the road back-to-back here. For third game in 4 nights as well for the Hawks and play this Washington team that, look, they are better than Washington, but, Washington's been sitting at home at the house since Tuesday night when they played the Pistons and beat them 116-113. It's a significant scheduling advantage for the Washington side going into this game. You have to kind of factor that in. And I still don't necessarily trust Atlanta enough to lay 4 with them on the road. I mean, you look at the road performances. They beat Orlando on the road by 21. I guess if they did that, they can beat Washington here as well. But I'm not ready yet to lay 4 in this spot with Atlanta, especially in a back-to-back after a grueling affair last night with Chicago. So it's a backwood for me. But, boy, Washington might be just the play here just because of the scheduling advantage. It's such an advantage for them compared to Atlanta, but I don't know if they're good enough. That's the big question. Lean Washington, but backwood for me. Dutch, we'll start with you on this one here. Hawks, Wizards.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy, Ron Crawford. Uncle Oliver, I see you, my dude. Appreciate the kind words. Sam I am Colomer, I see you, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, and don't get it twisted, by the way. We do appreciate the donations. But most importantly is that you tune in daily. You hit the motherfucking like button. You subscribe and you share the video. We want as many viewers as possible. We want as many motherfucking likes as possible. And all we want to do is hit these motherfuckers over the head. That's most important. But yeah, man, I kind of agree with you here, Ian, a little bit on the Wizards. I don't want to bet this game, and this is going to be backwood number 3, for me. But I do think I will tell you this: tread lightly with Atlanta. 1-5 ATS last 6 after cover, and 1-5 ATS last 6 on the road. So tread lightly here. Everyone jumping on Atlanta. I fade Atlanta on the road, but it's just hard for me to pull a trigger on a team that's 5-13-2 ATS last 20 in the Wizards. Big shout out to our guy Ray Charles, liking Kuzma over 20.5. I'm sure one of our boys probably will endorse that as well. But yeah, man, this is a backwood, man. Sorry, number 3 for me.
Yeah, I mean, they talked about this. Look at all these guys the Lakers traded away, and look at the team they could form, right? Randall, Ingram, Kuzma. You go on down the list, and look at the way they're thriving at other spots right now. There you go. Sorry to pile on the Lakers, but geez, you're just seeing these former Lakers balling out left and right. Kind of makes your head spin. Wham, what do you think?
You made Ski go.
I was just gonna say, man.
Did he have did he not like
I
that?
was about to hit it too, man. He started saying the Lakers. I'm like, why we here, man? We ain't here for
Come on, man. I wore the hat and everything for y'all.
We ain't here for that, dog. We ain't here for that.
He had to duck out. Had to plug his ears for a minute. Couldn't hear the
yeah, man.
Unfortunately, reality and the reality of it all. That's what it is. It's not railing on the Lakers. It's reality. It's you're seeing all these guys ball out that used to be wearing the purple and gold, and now doing it in other places while the Lakers are languishing. Wham, what do you think here at Atlanta, Washington?
Sad boy, man. That's what we are right now. We sad, but yeah, man. I'm circling on. Yeah. My guy, you didn't miss nothing, Skee. You didn't miss nothing, brother.
Just gibberish, yeah.
Ish Smith, bro. Ish Smith is who I'm circling here. Over 8.5 points. That's my approach in this game. I don't necessarily believe that there's any advantage for the Washington Wizards when they're at home. It's not a really advantage when the other team is on the road. So it's kind of hard to just I mean, for what we've seen this year, just hard for me to jump in front of both of those guys or back either one of them. So I'm just going to stick to the prop here. That's the way I'm looking here. It's hit 4 of the last 5 games. I believe he's been one of those guys on like a catalyst for them off the bench. 8 assists in his last game. I expect him to have a lot of the ball today. So, over 8.5 it's been cashing, and I'm going to go ahead and ride with it. So that's the way I'm going. Ish Smith over 8.5 points.
There you go. Ish Smith over 8.5 points here for Wham with this one. All right. Dutch already talked about the Skee. We'll go to you here, Atlanta, Washington.
I already have Atlanta win total over for like 41.5. So I kind of already need them to win this game. This is a very important game for both teams. I think the Wizards, they're right behind the Hawks, 10th and 11th spot. I think they're a game and a half behind them. So, or maybe a little bit more now. I think I looked at it yesterday before Atlanta played. But important game. So I do think Atlanta comes to play here. It's tough because Trae Young was banged up with his ankle, I think, before the last game. And he did play well. So I would just go with the team that I think is better. I think it's that time of the year where even if it's a bad scheduling spot for some of these teams who, are playing for seeding, etc. Miami won yesterday. They were on a back-to-back. I think the Hawks could win tonight.
All right, like in Atlanta, even with the trickier spot here, and I don't disagree. They're better than Washington. Could very easily get it done. We'll see if they're able to. All right, Milwaukee, Chicago. Next up, we've got the Bucks, 5-point road favorites, 240. Man, they stole one from Miami the other night. What were they down 16 at one point? What a comeback! Either comeback by the Bucks or a collapse by the Miami Heat, whatever way you want to call it. All I know is Gabe Vincent, you could tell they missed Kyle Lowry at the end. Just make a simple inbounds play, guy. That's all you got to do, and you're in good shape. And instead, turnover, and that sets up the Drew Holiday winning shot. Bucks win at the buzzer. Great win for them. I don't think they'll have a letdown too much. And even if they do, I'd probably lay the points before I take Chicago. How many times do you have to see Chicago come up limp against the best teams? I mean, it's just consistent with this Bulls team. They just are having a tough time beating the best teams in the NBA. It just continues. If their playoffs consisted of facing, the bottom seeds or the teams out of the playoffs, they'd be in the NBA finals. But, they're eventually going to have to beat a Milwaukee, beat a Philadelphia, beat a Miami. They're going to have to start trying to find ways to beat teams like that, the Chicago Bulls, and they're not doing it right now. It's just been a consistent struggle against really quality competition for the Bulls. And, defensively, they continue to have some issues as well. I think if anything here with Chicago, they continue to just labor on the defensive end. If you don't want to lay 5, and I lean Milwaukee -5, but don't know if I want to lay it. I'd probably prefer 122.5, the Buck team total over. Because I think they're going to score at will. Chicago is still not going to really improve leaps and bounds defensively until they get Caruso and Ball back on the floor. I don't know who's going to check Giannis here in this game for the Bucks, or for the Bulls, rather. I think it's definitely a game where Milwaukee's going to get points, get over 122.5. We saw Chicago give up 130 to the Atlanta Hawks in their last game. So I think this is more, probably prefer the team total route with Milwaukee than the -5. In this game. Dutch, what do you think here at Milwaukee, Chicago?
Yeah, man, I definitely endorse that look as well. I like the team total. I don't see, Chicago having anything really for the Milwaukee Bucks. I love this game. I got it in at 4. 5 don't scare me. And this will be a double-digit win here. Chicago tired, man. That was a tough loss yesterday against Atlanta. They had that game majority of it and then gave it away. Shout out to Trae Young, just busted their ass, that little motherfucker, right? Great game. But yeah, the Bulls they lack really on the point guard. They need Lonzo back. They really do. They lack in size.
Say what?
I just think. Yeah, I know. I said it this morning. I said it. See, look, this morning I started. I don't like the motherfucker, but I think I need him back. I forgot that part today. I definitely should have said it with your ass on here. But yeah, they definitely need Lonzo back. He'll fit in real nice with this team. Levine's kind of beat up. I don't believe Levine probably about 75% right now. And I think DeRozan still playing fucking out of his mind. I think he's starting to catch up a little bit, to be honest with you. And Big Vooch is so fucking streaky. It's another bad matchup. He's going to get worked. Obviously, we have crazy eyes. Bobby Porter's going back to Chicago. He's going to be in that corner stroking it. Big Vooch don't want to go out there. I expect for him to have a big game and, of course, hit these boards. And then, obviously, Giannis Greek, the fucking freak, is going to get off. What do they have for them? They're too small. He's feeling. I feel like they're feeling themselves a little bit after getting out of Milwaukee with that win against Miami. They, like you said, Ian, they did steal it. But Drew also hit that game-winning shot coming in with the Mo. I think Middleton's starting to find his game as well. They obviously punked the Hornets and then beat Miami. I have a feeling they're going to go on a little bit of run here. And the Bulls beat teams that are mid-level. The Milwaukee Bucks, even though they do play down to their competition at times, are not a mid-level team. They're one of the better teams in the NBA. We'll see that tonight. This will be a double-digit win. And the Bulls, man, they just can't. They haven't been playing good basketball of late, and we're getting them in a back-to-back situation. They've lost 3 in a row, allowing 119 points per game. They allow the opponent to shoot 48.6 from the field. And you're getting a Milwaukee Bucks team, like I mentioned, that's playing good basketball. They've been out rebounding in all 3 games. I'm looking forward to be number 4. And then when we look at the Bucks, they are 3-1 last 4 on the road against the number. 9-1 ATS last 10 in Chi-Town. 13-1 straight up last 14 meetings versus the Bulls. So they've had their way. It won't change tonight. Fear the motherfucking deer. Early and often, but definitely full game here, especially with the back-to-back situation.
All right, there you go. It's Fear the Deer, Milwaukee for Dutch. Wham, Milwaukee, Chicago.
My first initial reaction was that as well. Peeled back the layers of this game. This is the Caruso revenge game. So there is going to be some type of level of, I would say, reffing going on in this game, I would think. Based off of what you heard from their only goon, I would say the only goon on the Bulls is Tristan Thomas, which is terrible. You know what I mean? The only guy they got out there. He spoke on this game, wasn't even with the team at the time of the incident. I do think that both teams have been playing terrible on the defensive side, though. I mean, as much as we like the matchup to favor the Bucks, I do think they are going to give up the most points over the last 5 games. They haven't given up 118 points to the Bulls, 117 points. Not that big of a difference, but just slightly a little bit advantage there. And 40% from 3 they're allowing opponents. I mean, I'm seeing here, looking at the Kobe White stats, looks like he's been cooking on the 3-point on his 3-point prop, hitting about 9 of the last 12. So I'm looking for that, and I would think the Bulls probably keep it closer here and maybe even win this game just based off the revenge factor. So I'm staying away from this game, but that's the way I'm looking.
Yeah, real quick, Ian Moses, you my guy. But believe me, the motherfucking Bucks are not overlooking the Chicago Bulls thinking about the Phoenix Suns. They do not like the Bulls. The Bulls are right up the motherfucking road from them. They're looking to play the Bulls tonight. That's who they're thinking about, and you'll see that. But you're my guy, though, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that is a huge game. Sunday, ABC, Sunday afternoon. It's the television national TV game Sunday afternoon. Bucks and hosting the Suns, and the Suns beat them down in Phoenix just a few weeks ago. But yeah, it's Chicago. It's a team they're battling with in the conference. It's a big game. I don't think it's just because of who they're playing tonight. Like if it was Charlotte, if it was Sacramento. Yeah, that they were playing tonight, Milwaukee. Then maybe they're unfocused, lacking, focus for the game tonight. I think because it's Chicago, they're battling with this team. You'll see them bring it tonight. We'll see. Maybe you're right. We'll have to wait and find out. Skee, what do you think here, Bucks Bulls?
I like the Bucks in this spot, and I won't go too much into it because you guys already talked about it. But so things I will say, like you kind of mentioned, Ian, if you want a different way to bet it besides just the spread, you do what I always do, which is, you cover your spread wager with the money line bet, making it what I call a ski line. So if you do that with the Bucks, I did it this morning. I got -4.5 and -185. You put them together, that's about -149. And the implied probability at that number is slightly less than 60%. And I always tell you guys, favorites with more rest than their opponent win 71.5% of the time. Past 20 plus years. So give me the Bucks on the ski line tonight.
All right, there it is, the ski line. That's the money line spread split here for Skee with the Bucks taking on the Bulls. All right, next up we've got Orlando, Toronto Raptors, 7-point home favorites, 219 the total in this one. Bounce back, is it for the Raptors? Could be. They are on back-to-back, but at home, no travel. Again, it'll be a good atmosphere in the home building. They got full capacity. All the fans are back again. Which is a good thing for the Raptors. Magic are the rested team. They're coming off an overtime loss to Indiana. Remember, though, we've said this about the Raptors many times here on this show this year, that they are one of the better teams in the NBA in terms of these back-to-back spots. They've been very good. 9-3 ATS, last 12 games on the second night of a back-to-back. 10-3 ATS, their last 13 games after a ATS loss, 12-3 ATS, last 15 after a straight-up loss. These are usually the spots you want Toronto in. So I am going to go ahead with the Raptors here tonight in this first half full game split. There's no travel. I don't think there's going to be a big deal with this being back-to-back for the Raptors. They weren't happy with the performance last night. And look, they played Detroit, and there's just some teams you play them and you can't beat them. There's always that one team you just can't beat them. And for Toronto, that's Detroit. So Orlando's a different story here. I think Raptors will find a way here. But I want to split it up because I do think you always worry fourth quarter back-to-back. Maybe they get a little fatigued. So this could be one where maybe I put even more on the first half, -3.5 for the Raptors and less on the full game. But I'll be on both of those Raptors first half full game. Dutch, what do you think here?
Yeah, man. Shout out to C Bling. I got Viper. But yeah, Sam, you know me well, bro. You said it, man. Hey, catch the over on the motherfucking backwood. This is backwood number 4 right here. I don't need to say too much, but I will give you this though because I wrote it down. The Raptors are, Ian, I just tread a little lightly. They're 0-4 ATS last 4 versus a losing team, playing down their competition. 1-7 ATS versus a team with the losing record, or with a losing record 40% below her. So it's like they play down to their competition. I don't like it eye test wise. But who's gonna fucking back the Magic here? I can't do that. So yeah, that's a clear backward for me.
And the Magic have 1-point spread cover in the last 10 games against the Raptors. So they have not played well against. This is their team that they don't play well against. Orlando. Orlando can't beat Toronto. Toronto can't beat Detroit. There's always that one team. But yeah, I think Raptors will still take care of business. So that's backwood number 4. He's going to Lou Bega this show today. He's going to get his little hat on. He's going to get his tap shoes on. A little backwood number 5. I think it's going to happen. Like Lou Bega.
I told you 3.5 was low as fuck. Somebody in the chat said it was -220. Yeah, that's about right.
Hey, it's Friday. I wanted the easy casher, boys. Easy to casher to start off the day.
No doubt.
All right, Wham. That's how we roll.
What do you got here?
Yeah, man, I'm right here with Dutch, man. This is a backwood. I ain't going to stress it too much, man. Wendell Carter probably not going to play in this game as well. You got Markelle Fultz not playing, so they probably going to be without some guys. Maybe Mo Bamba gets the double-double, but I'm going to stay away from this game.
All right, good stuff. Skee, what do you think? Orlando, Toronto?
This game is disgusting. Backwood this game for me.
There you go. That's nice and easy, clear cut. All right, Utah, New Orleans. Utah, 2-point road favorites. No, not 2-point road favorites, 4-point road favorites, 222.5 the total in this game. Jazz, are starting to show little signs of this team bringing it, coming together a little bit. Houston game was a little rough. They escaped with an overtime win in Houston, but before that, you beat Dallas and Phoenix back to back. You're doing something right. Pelicans are doing something right though right now. I like what I'm seeing. We talked about this. They beat down Sacramento. Lakers had a nice win against Phoenix. This team's got a little something going. They're at the house. They've been good at home. I ain't going against the Pelicans. I understand Utah's picked it up, but I like what I'm seeing here with Ingram, the way he's playing, with McCollum fitting in nicely with the Pelicans at the moment, JV down inside. It's a really interesting game. Really, actually, this is one of the more intriguing games to me on the card tonight. Utah's taken a little bit of money, 3.5 up to 4, the current number here in this game. But don't sell these Pelicans short. They're playing some great. Herb Jones, another guy playing well at the moment too for the Pelicans. Jazz are as healthy as they've been all year. That's the thing now moving forward. If they go on a run, it's because, look, Conley, Mitchell, Bogdanovich, O'Neal, Rudy Gobert, they got everybody back. But don't sell this New Orleans team short. I'm leaning home underdog here in this one. Pelicans. Carlito's Way, $20 dono. Wow. Amazing stuff. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Good stuff.
Hit that motherfucking train, bro. That's the.
All right, Quad City DJs. Come on, ride the train. Woo! And ride. Little 90s there. Come on, ride the train. And ride it. Love that song growing up. Reminds me of Space Jam. They did the Space, that Space Jam song? Everybody get up. It's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance. Do your dance at the Space Jam. All right. That was Quad City DJs. They did that song too for the original Space Jam. the real Space Jam movie, the Michael Jordan version
That's
from the
definitely getting
90s. So
clipped
there you
out.
go. Little impromptu karaoke. There you go. It's a Friday. Why not? All right, Skee. What? We'll start with you here. Utah, New Orleans.
Yeah, you come to San Antonio, you're gonna get a lot of that. Take Ian to karaoke, you get some drinks, you probably have a fun time. Get a lot
Over
of laughs.
7.5 songs. Over 7.5 songs.
Yeah, that's right.
I agree. I don't want to bet against the Pelicans in this game. They haven't really played too much competition the past couple games. They did beat the Suns though, so beating the Suns, no matter who was on the court, and they did have Booker, I think, in that game, maybe, is impressive. They've been playing better defense since All-Star. They're holding opponents to less than 98 points per game. And the Jazz defense hasn't been that great, but the Jazz have played a little bit better competition. So it's tough. I'm not sure, which way I really want to go. But the one thing I'll say is it's probably Pelicans or pass for me on the spread. I think they can hang in this game, and they have confidence, and they want to compete. So they've won a few in a row. They've covered a few in a row.
Yeah.
I think they keep the momentum going. And if I'm going to play players, it's been between Ingram assists, 5.5, which they're giving you plus money, and he's been cashing it. I think 6 of the last 8 games, or something like that. And McCollum points, which they had brought it all the way up to 25.5 last game, and they're bringing it back down now to 22.5 since he only had like 17, 19 points. And I think Utah's defense hasn't been that great, so I'll probably just roll with McCollum. They've been giving up good amount of points to opposing teams, leading scorers lately, and I like him over 22.5 points.
Let's not forget, Utah for the last month and a bit have not been great on the road. They're 2-4 in their last 6 road games straight up, and the wins were like by they did beat Phoenix, but it was by 4, and they barely beat Houston by 5 in OT in their last game. That's why I say don't sell the Pelicans short tonight. Dutch, what do you think here? Jazz Pelicans.
Hey, man. Real talk, man. Y'all tripping right now. There's levels to this shit. And I fuck with the Pelicanos, but today they're the baby Pelicans. And they're going to get that ass whooped by Utah. They're going to be playing the Jazz all motherfucking night there in Bourbon Street. And Utah is going to be having a motherfucking blast. I believe it's still Mardi Gras weekend, so they're gonna have a good time tonight. Believe it. I've been all over the Pelicans, but I believe Skee and his back and forth that's going on the Pelicans or not, he did say they haven't played very good competition. But they did beat Phoenix, and I was all over the Pelicans, and it was a nice spot there for the Pelicans. But they don't match up well, bro. They don't match up well with these Jazz. Gobert will outplay Big Val. I really think the only edge you have is BI against O'Neal here a little bit. But I low key kind of like O'Neal as a defender. But obviously BI will get his. But McCollum and these boys, they're in trouble against Mitchell and Conley. I believe you'll see the shooting. You have a top 3. You have Utah is top 3 and 5 in field goal percentage from not only field but 3-point range as well. You have a bottom tier team and the Pelicans at that. That'll show up today. Bogdanovich will be a key as well. But simply it comes down to the backcourt. They're going to outplay CJ and Jones and whoever else you want to play. Devontae Graham off the bench. I'll take Clarkson. I like the addition of House. Utah's going to run away with this game. I fuck with the Pelicanos, but there's levels to it, and they're not on Utah's level. Utah has been playing some of the best basketball in the NBA. Not only that, the Pelicans in this situation, if you fade them, you've been getting fucking paid, and that's what we're going to do today. They're 1-5 ATS last 6 as a home dog. 3-6 against the number last 9 at the house. So I don't give a fuck how good they've been playing. They ain't been fucking covering the number at the house. So now you're going to give me the best team one of the better teams in basketball who's been playing the best basketball in the NBA of late? Come on, man. -4 is a beautiful fucking thing. And then on the other side, 6-3 ATS last 9 overall for Utah. They've won 9 out of fucking 10 games. They're 9-2 straight up last 11 meetings in New Orleans. So like I told you, they fuck around on Bourbon Street, and they're 5-2 ATS last 7 meetings overall versus these boys. I know I like CJ. I know I like Big Val. I like these guys. I like Jackson Hayes. But they're fucking around against the Utah Jazz tonight, and they're going to get their ass whooped.
All right, there we go with authority. Utah -4 for Dutch in this one. Wham, Utah, New Orleans.
Yeah, I would agree with the Jazz here. They did win and covered 2 of the last 3 meetings. As far as the Pelicans, Herb Jones did get a little compliment from the way he was guarding Donovan Mitchell. He's going to be the primary ball handler. a defender for him. So I'm not really too cool with hopping on his points. Just based off of that, I think he's going to exert a lot of energy on the other end. So really, it's a backwood for me. I haven't bet this game, but if I would be, it would be right there with you guys on the Jazz.
All right, lean into the Jazz there. All right, next up, we've got Minnesota, Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City, 9.5-point home underdogs, 230.5 the total in this one. I'm going to be brief. I've talked about betting both of these teams over the total lately, and that's exactly what I'm doing here, 230.5 over. Very simple decision. I mean, obviously, OKC's not been good defensively for a few games, but they've been better since SGA came back offensively. They're still without their best defender, Dort. You know what Minnesota's like, better offensively than defensively. I see a lot of points, both sides. So Wolves, Thunder over for me in this game. Dutch, we'll start with you, mini OKC.
Yeah, Don Mac, I see you, my dude. We in the same rotation. Dennis get money, always with the positive vibes, my guy. Paulie Walnuts, my dude. Let's run that motherfucking like button up like we've been running y'all motherfucking counts up. Believe it. It's true. Hit the motherfucking like button. It's the first start to getting the motherfucking bag. Share the video as well. But we got to backwood this motherfucker. I believe that's backwood number 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is backwood number 5. There you go. Dun,
That was
dun,
for you, Ian.
dun,
That was for
dun,
you, my
dun.
guy.
There you go. All right, wham, Minnesota, OKC.
Yeah, man, this is a backwood for me too, bro. I'm gonna just stay away from this game. Just based off of, I do think that Minnesota is going to play a little bit better, but I don't want to trust them right here against a scrappy team. They could fucking pull it off.
All right, good stuff there. All right, Skee, what do you think here, Minnesota, OKC?
I think you got to go up and over this total. Since the break, they're top 10 in pace, both teams, and neither team really playing defense. I mean, they're both allowing north of 120 points per game since the All-Star. Minnesota, I want to say they've gone over 17 of their last 21 games or something crazy like that. It's no defense being played. So I like the over in this one. And I also like SGA points over 27.5. Since the All-Star, he's averaging 33.5 points. I want to say he's hit.
Proud.
He's hit this number even before the All-Star break. He was killing it. So I told you how bad Minnesota's defense has been. They're allowing close to 25 points per game to point guards. The way he's been playing lately, I think he gets a little more than that. So SGA over 27.5 points, and I like the over for the full game.
Means a lot to me. 500,000 people here where I am, city of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And we got a guy in the NBA from this city, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And not only is he a player in the NBA, a really good player, so it's great to see that. I always wish him well. And I've taken a lot of props with him. He's been terrific offensively since coming back for the Thunder. And that's, I think, a good way to go. He's been awesome for OKC. All right, Houston and Denver next up. We've got Denver 14-point home favorites, 238 the total. We've only got about 10 minutes left. So this is probably, for me, if I were to bet this, either another full game over or Denver team total over. Because here's another team, no defense. They're masquerading playing defense, the Houston Rockets. That's the way it's been for them. I know for Denver, it's just a question of how focused are they, right? It's always that question. But they play New Orleans on Sunday, so it's not like it's a big look ahead on tap. Denver should name their score, name the amount of points they get here. So I would probably go with either a full game over or Denver team total over here in this game. Wham, what do you think? Rockets, Nuggets?
Yeah, man, I'm going to go with the Aaron Gordon over 5.5 assists. Rebounds at minus 124, available at Bovada. Didn't get it his last 2 games, but we know how bad the rebounding is for this Houston Rockets team. They're going to pretty much give it up today. So I'm going to just keep it quick, keep it simple. Aaron Gordon over 5.5 before the last 2 games. He hit that 9 straight times. So I'm going to go over 5.5 rebounds with Aaron Gordon.
All right, Aaron Gordon over rebounds. Dutch, Houston, Denver.
Yeah, shout out to our girl Tiffany. I see you. Eric Jones, I see you, my dude THC RZA. But Ray Charles, man, I see you. You said it best. Backwood this motherfucker.
There we go. Skee, Rockets, Nuggets.
I was trying to find ways to fade Houston's defense, but the numbers are just too jacked up.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable, so I'm gonna go ahead and backwood this as well.
Exactly. It is high. They're not getting the bargains, and already they beat the hell out of this total, the betting markets. This was 233, I believe, when it opened. Yeah, and it's 239 now. So huge move on the over in this game. All right, final game for this Friday card and for the week, New York and Phoenix. Suns 6.5-point home favorites, 223 the total in this game. Of course, the Suns, they've had some personnel issues to deal with the last few games. But, boy, they ironed it out against – not that they ironed it out. They had no Paul and Booker that night, and they still destroyed Portland 120-90. The good news for the Suns is Cameron came back. Cameron Payne, that's good news for them. As far as tonight's game goes, it looks like, based on the latest updates, that Booker and Paul once again are going to be out tonight for the Phoenix Suns. So, and again, health and safety protocol for Booker, and we know Paul's not going to be back anytime soon. So again, they're shorthanded, but they beat down Portland without those two guys, without their entire starting backcourt. And can we trust the Knicks, even if we're concerned about Booker and Paul being out? I don't think we can. Not me, anyway. So, I don't know. Suns are pass for me. I don't know if I'm betting it, but Suns are pass for me. Skee, what do you think here, Knicks Suns?
Yeah, I get happy every time I hear the Knicks now because I know I got Knicks win total under, Knicks to miss the playoffs in my pocket, and I just know it's some money to be made every time I see them on the schedule because they stink. Since the All-Star break, they've lost and failed to cover every game. They have 37 losses on the season. They've only covered 3 of them. So when they lose, it's by margin. They're losing by 10.7 points per game. You pretty much just pick who's going to win the game. And, Phoenix, you're getting a discount because Booker is out, Chris Paul is out. I mean, you just seen them take care of Portland by 30. New York, they've been losing by, 15, a little bit more than 15 points per game since the All-Star. I think they get smashed again here tonight. So I like the Suns minus a 6.5. And I also like the Suns team total. Since the break, Knicks allowing 121 points per game and Suns averaging 115. I got over 114.5. So I like them both.
All right, there you go. Suns liking them tonight to continue to roll and the Knicks to continue to struggle. And boy, they got blasted by the Sixers back-to-back games, those New York Knicks. Again, they got the Bucks too on tap Sunday, but I don't know if the Knicks are good enough to take advantage of any good situation that falls in their lap. I just don't know. Dutch, what do you think here? New York, Phoenix.
Our girl Tiffany says, I'm riding with my Knicks. And then Eric Jones, our guy, says, man, if you bet the Knicks, stop betting.
Yeah.
Hey, so, that kind of puts this game in a nutshell. But I will say this. RJ Barrett's been doing his thing. If you can fuck with that prop. I also think DA will get off. I don't think the Knicks got nothing for him. Honestly, I do believe the Knicks could be live first quarter, first half a little bit. And then I think Phoenix, whenever they flip the switch, obviously will put these boys away. But this is not a game that I'll be betting. So it is backward. Nothing but the fuck is that? Yeah, man.
Yep.
Hey, Tiffany must be from New York.
Yeah, she from the NY
She's
for sure.
she's from the NY, bro.
I will say this: they're not
I'm trying to give her a
Portland
little
bad.
bit of hope, but hopefully she was back with this motherfucker.
They're not Portland bad, but I'll tell you what, defensively, there's less of a gap with Portland and the Knicks than we thought coming into the year. I mean, the defense has evaporated for the Knicks. I mean, that's been the worst part of everything that's going on with them. The foundation that they were built on last year getting to the playoffs, it's crumbled, and that's their team defense. Wham, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not going to waste too much of our time, man. Just like Niang, they took off Cam Johnson, too. They're not putting those props up there no more, man. They're making too much out of this shit. So those are the guys I was looking at. Maybe RJ Barrett. We know he's been back. He's been still cooking. So that's something that's, the well haven't run dry on that one yet. So a late game, maybe we get involved, but right now it's a backwood. And Tiffany did say she is from New York. Shout out to Tiffany. I hope you
There
catch
you go.
me.
Now the truth comes out. There we go. Of course. Had to have been someone with a little Nick fandom in their heart to defend them so staunchly like this. But that's all right, Tiffany. Great job. Thank you for joining us every day on the show. And everybody that's joining us, we appreciate it. 335 live viewers. Hit that like button. Please do it if you haven't done it already. It's our last show of the week. Show some love before we go into the weekend. We're all in a good mood. Now, hopefully we're all in a good groove with the best bets continue because we've had a nice week with best bets on the show. We got best bets, Dutch's freshest look coming up. Southtown 101 when you're in San Antonio, Texas, and many of us, hopefully majority of us will be there later this month. Southtown 101 for the Pub-a-Palooza. Stop in, great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke, Southtown 101. Manscaped, promo code PUBSPORTS, 20% off your purchase, Lawnmower 4.0, or any Manscaped product, 20% off with promo code PUBSPORTS. MyBookie.ag, NBA, college basketball, March Madness, NHL, UFC, and more. Sign up for an account, mybookie.ag. Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit as well. Mybookie.ag, promo code PUBSPORTS. All right, it's that time of the show. Best bets, Dutch's freshest look. Wham, let's start with you on this Friday. What do you like for best bet?
Yeah, man, we're going to beat up on H-Town one more time here. We're going to go with Aaron Gordon over 5.5 rebounds. Houston Rockets are allowing the most rebounds for defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds over the last 5 games. Let's just get over this 5.5 at -124. Aaron Gordon over 5.5 rebounds.
There we go. Aaron Gordon, Denver Nuggets over 5.5 rebounds. Best bet for Wham on the Friday slate. Dutch, freshest look.
Yeah, man. Freshest look, we're going to Chicago. And all bullshit aside, it's fear the motherfucking deer. They win in the city. Lay to 5. That's good money.
There we go. Milwaukee Bucks -5 against Chicago as the Bulls struggle again, maybe, to beat a good team. Milwaukee -5.
No maybes. No maybes.
Freshest
No
look.
maybe.
There we go. It's going to happen. There you go. Freshest look for Dutch, Milwaukee -5. Ski, best bet.
So a lot of love for the Knicks in the chat. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it and kill the noise. But I like the Suns -6.5. It's gonna be a double-digit ass whipping tonight.
Fade the Knicks. It's been working. Phoenix
-6.5
-6.5 against the New York Knicks. Best bet here for Skee Profit in this one. My best bet, look, I'm actually not going to do a total. Most of my best bets are totals, not tonight. We're going to roll with the Cleveland. I've got a good feel that they're showing up tonight against Philadelphia and crew. Cleveland Cavaliers +7.5 here tonight against the Philadelphia 76ers. I think they're showing up. They have a big performance. It's been just unbelievable with the best bets. We're 17-4. The last 21 best bets on the show. So let's keep it rolling here. Cleveland, the Cavs, live dog, I think, tonight, +7.5 against Philly for my best bet on this Friday card. There we go. I might take these Knicks tonight. I'm about to call Spike Lee, says Star Child. Yeah. He might be the only one betting the Knicks pretty soon if they keep this shit up. That's for sure. But great stuff with Ski, with Dutch, and with Wham. Hell of a week. Great week of picks as well. Great job, everybody. I mean, everybody really did well this week. Great to see it. Hopefully you guys cashed in watching. Hit the like button on the way out. Have a great weekend. We're back with you on Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific for a new week of NBA Pub Up right here on Pub Sports Radio. We got UFC streams. I think there's a horse racing live stream on the Pub Sports Radio channel tomorrow. So there's lots going on. So make sure you're tuned into Pub Sports Radio all weekend long. For Skee Profit, Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Friday night and weekend. Cash some tickets. We'll see you again Monday for another edition of the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. You know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. I think I already said that. My fault. Salute to the real ones. Y'all stay fresh. Stay blessed. Let's start putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.
Space Jam. They did the space. You know that Space Jam song? Everybody get up. It's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance. Do your dance at the Space Jam. All right. That was Quad City DJs. They did that.